I've got tricep day today. I'm going to be starting off with the close grip presses, tricep presses. I'll do 3 warm-up sets, just not lighter weights, just a few reps on each, and then I'll go into my working sets. There'll just be 3 working sets for this particular exercise. It's quite late in the evening now, it's just gone 10 o'clock at night. Anyway, right, first warm-up set coming up. I'm just going to do it on the bar, 20 kilos, 3 reps. I really make sure I try and squeeze the triceps at the top. And for these warm-up sets, I'm essentially going quite controlled on the way down, powering it up, squeezing at the top. I'm just going to add 5 kilos to each side, make it 30 kilos in total. Second warm-up set, 30 kilos, 3 reps. Okay, it's up to 40 kilos now, 10 kilos either side of the bar weighs 20. This is going to be my final warm-up set before getting into my working sets. My working set starts at 45 kilos. Okay, nice and easy warm-up sets, get through them pretty quickly. So now on to the working sets and the beginning of the tricep workout. Okay, first working set, the aim is to get 10 reps, 45 kilos. See how we go, should be pretty easy. Right, this is the second working set of the close grip presses. 57.5 kilos in total. 6 reps, that's the aim. Okay, 6 reps. Set 3, third working set, final working set on this exercise, and I'm going to bump it up to 70 kilos total. Whew. Well, that was good. I may have been able to get 8 reps there, but given the fact that I maxed out 4 last time, and I just got 7 there, that's good. To me, that tells me I can go up in weight next week with a target of trying to max out on 4 reps. So obviously this is bringing in almost just a little bit of strength emphasis onto this movement for the triceps. A lot of the movements I'll be doing higher reps, but yeah, happy with that. That was good. Right, next exercise. Right, I'm going to be doing a quadruple dip set, starting heavy, weighted, stripping the weight down progressively as we go through the first 3 sets, going to failure on each, and then the 4th set I will be utilising the band as assistance to then help me really push out that last remaining bit of strength from my triceps. I want to get them completely fatigued with this movement. Right, so I've got my dip bars here. Just going to wrap this around. And when it comes to the 4th set, I'll lift this up to there, and I'll basically put my knees on the band, and that'll help me a little bit. Well, it'll help me quite a lot, but I will need it at that point. So I get my weight belt, a useful piece of equipment to have in your arsenal. And I'm going to start off with 15 kilos, and these are tricep dips, so I'm not leaning forward, I'm keeping my torso upright as much as possible. I'm probably going to about that angle, and then I'm pressing out and squeezing at the top of the movement. Squeeze those triceps, come back down, squeeze them out. Right, 15 kilos first set, 10 kilos second set, 5 kilos for the 3rd set, and using the band assistance for the 4th. It's a drop set. There are no real programmed breaks between these sets. Once I've gone to failure with the 15 kilos, I will then take off 5 kilos, get it rehooked up, and I'll go straight into the dips again to failure. Try not to worry about what reps you're getting, just try and worry about going to failure. And don't be silly with the weights that you're using, you know, try and keep it realistic. I want to be able to rep out quite a few, but last week I did get more than 12 reps on this. I think I got 13 reps on the 15s, so surprised myself a little bit. You don't want to be failing on like 3 reps. You know, you really want to try and pump a lot of blood into the triceps, and so you do need to be repping it out. So try and pick a realistic weight that you can do that with. Let's go. Right, that is always difficult, but again, 13 reps on the first set. After that, I don't really care, just go to failure. What will be will be. Keep the rest periods very short, more just transitional periods to reload the new weight, and yeah, get straight into it. But yeah, it was it's always a good exercise, really good. And it has to be said, last week I only got 4 reps on my heavy set on the narrow grip presses, barbell presses, whereas I got 7 reps this week on that and then went into this. So I think it's still good to get 13 reps on the first set with 15 kilos. So yeah, I'm happy with that. Right, next exercise. Right, this is exercise 3 of the triceps workout. So we're going to have band pushaways. Obviously I use bands for anything that you would otherwise use cables for in the gym, or pulley machines or anything like that. We're not pushing in front of us. What we want to do is try and get enough tension that it brings this part of our arm, so our elbows are almost pointing to the ceiling in that position, so you're under full stretch on the tricep, and then you want to stretch your arms most directly up to the ceiling. That's a bit annoying. Video appears to have stopped recording while I was explaining sort of the technique for this. But I was basically at the end of explaining the first part of this, which is get the elbows up and you want to stretch up, squeeze those triceps at the top. The next part of this will be the banded drag pushdowns. So again, you can use cables for this, but what you really want to be able to do is get your elbows behind your body as far as possible, and you want to straighten out those arms and squeeze those triceps behind you. Come back, 12 reps like that. So it's 12 reps high, 12 reps low. I have done the first set of these now, so doing this now, this will actually be my second set. I may well reposition the camera so you can get a better idea, and so I can step forward a little bit as well. So bearing in mind I've done my first set of these, this is the second set. Apologies that the first set didn't record, but I'm not going back to do it again. The 3 sets of these is more than enough. You just have to trust me. So try and create a decent amount of tension on whatever pulley you're using, whatever weight you're using, or if you're using bands, obviously you can step further forward to create more tension. But really, just try and get those elbows up high. So that's really the position I want to be. And then we're straightening our hands directly up to the ceiling. Squeezing the triceps at the top. I've just repositioned the camera for a slightly better angle, hopefully. As you step out, there's a bit of resistance already on the bands. Again, I have a slight bend in my knees, I squeeze my glutes, core is tight, elbows back behind your body, and then try and keep the elbows in that position the whole time. Squeeze the triceps at the bottom. Now you can do more reps than 12 and 12. Quite frankly, 12 and 12 has been putting me to failure for the last couple of weeks. But while I'm sort of explaining things on the video, I'm able to take a bit extra rest. The muscles recover a bit, so I could probably do 15 and 15. Maybe I'll try that on the final set. But yeah, adapt it as you go. But realise that not every exercise do you have to go to failure. Now, I am experimenting a bit with like the camera angles, so apologies if it doesn't turn out quite right, but it's all trial and error at the moment. We'll get there in the end, hopefully. Let's go. Right, I've got 15 reps on that, so I'll try and get 15 reps on this. Whew. Right, nice. Final exercise coming up. I'm going to be lying on a bench, so the lying ZBAR or the easy bar tricep extensions. I'll be bringing the bar down behind my head, and as far behind my head as possible really, to get that maximum stretch on the tricep. So I'll set that up now, and that'll be the final exercise. It will be lying easy bar tricep extensions into narrow grip push presses. So if I do 12 reps of the extensions, I'll bring that bar back over and I'll press out 12 reps. Just nice and quick, really just to get a bit more blood flow into the triceps, really try and finish them off. Okay, I'll show a quick example of how I'll be performing these exercises. So I'll get my head really as far back on this bench, even just slightly over the back of it. And with the bar, okay, this is basically my starting position. I let the weight pull my arms down as much as possible. And what I'm going to be doing is extending out here and squeezing the triceps I'm not coming up here because that's a resting position. There's no point coming to that point. You always want to have an angle on it, and the bigger the angle, the bigger the stretch you can create on the triceps at any given time, the more demanding the exercise will be, so the more growth you will stimulate. We are after as much adaptation as possible, so we want to stress the muscle as much as possible. We want to stretch the muscle as much as possible. So I let it pull me to here, and then I'll be performing my reps in this fashion. And only at the end, on that final rep, when I feel I can't get another one safely, will I bring the weight here, and I will just press out the corresponding amount. I'll push out as many of these push presses as I have performed extensions. The bar weighs 8 kilos. So I'm going to put a 5 kilo each side, 18 kilos in total. Okay, first set. I'm not aiming actually to go to failure on this set, I'm just aiming to get 12 reps. 12 good reps. I'll be aiming to go more to failure on the final set, the third set. But I want good, controlled reps. So bar down behind, starting position, and squeeze the triceps. Right, this is now 23 kilos in total, 7.5 kilos either end, which is 15, plus 8, which is the bar, 23. We'll go for another set of 12 extensions, 12 narrow grip push presses. The third set, now I've got 10 kilos on either end, 2 5-kilogram plates each side, plus the 8 kilo bar, so it's 28 kilos in total. I'll look to get anywhere from 10 to 12 reps. I will look to go to failure on this set. Oh, right, I think that was 11 reps. That last one, that 12th rep, I kind of gave up on that and just brought the weight over and in front of me and went into the push presses. Triceps were pretty much done. Good routine. With the way I'm performing these exercises, there's a lot of emphasis on the long head of the tricep, because really everyone sort of works the outside of the tricep. They don't often work the inside. And that's what a lot of these movements are targeting. Certainly when you get your triceps under a full stretch, it really does help. And let's remember, if you want big arms, work your triceps. It's not the biceps that will give you the big arms. Your triceps are 2/3 of your upper arm. So biceps are only really 1/3. So triceps have a lot of capacity to grow. It's good to work your biceps as well, of course. Do not neglect the triceps, and if you have to put emphasis on one over the other because you want bigger arms, well, the most size is going to come from building your triceps. So just remember that. Right, have a great week. Keep training, stay consistent, stay on point with the diet, stay healthy. All right, take care, much love, have a good one.